everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good defense. The Redskins are top 10 in fewest points allowed. They'll be up against that Cowboys offense that wants to prove it can do some damage.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Prescott now from the 50. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
And they'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He did well to get him 8 yards, but it's still going to mean a call to the punt team on 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Now it's the Chiefs all-time leading rusher. It's Jamal Charles on the carry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. See if they stay on the ground for second down. They'll keep it on the ground with Charles again. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. Short yardage situation. Here's Charles. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. There's just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Cousins now on 2nd down. A dump off for Charles. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Well, still in search of the 1st down after that last completion. On 3rd down, Cousins. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Second down, Prescott. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. Looking downfield for Dez. It got his man complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Into the Redskins have it, they do. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
To throw it is Cousins. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 3rd and 10 here to start things out. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And he's going to go down again. David Irving in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Prescott now on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks. But it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. On the give, this is their fullback. And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Preston Smith. Tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Play action now. Prescott being chased out left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ryan Kerrigan. He's the one to get in this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And Bailey able to knock it through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. And we were scoreless up until this point in the second quarter. Now we finally have a little action.
Let's see where this action takes us. First quarter, no points at all. Now we've got our first score of the game. Well, does that signal that we're going to get more as we go along? Or will it revert back to what we saw in the beginning of the game?
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
2nd down, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Two minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. So the D-line's going to spread out. Now Jamal Charles on 3rd down. Oh, able to avoid him. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And it's fielded at the 34. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. And now here come the Cowboys. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Jamal Charles. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. A first down carry here for Charles. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Throwing, Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll send you down the coast to Orlando where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. So it'll be first down here after the run. Again, it's Charles. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. 10th carry now for Jamal Charles. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Redskins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. They'll hand it off. This is Charles. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Prescott down. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to kick it away. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. And here come the Redskins now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jamal Charles. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
2nd down following the run. Here's Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it, no yardage. On 2nd down, Jamal Charles. And now running right through it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2. The Redskins on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They'll need to get the play off quickly. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. The Redskins on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Following the penalty, here's Charles. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And McManus able to put it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Here's Prescott. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And they'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring it down here right around the 17-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
Nice job there defensively on 3rd down. Not only did they string the play out, but they didn't allow any room for a cutback. Really well organized on the defensive side.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter, standing just outside his own goal line. Back now at FedEx Field, all even as we get ready to start the 4th. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A great Monday night to wrap up the week in football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. It'll be Charles again. He has been the workhorse tonight. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. The Redskins on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a handoff. This is Charles. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. Cousins now to throw on first down. It's Williams on the catch. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from me a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Now a handoff left. Jamal Charles. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. A toss play. Here comes Charles. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now a 20th carry here for Jamal Charles. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And McManus able to put it through. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we still wait on the first touchdown of the game, but his 2nd field goal makes this now a 6-3 score.
And this would be the definition of winning ugly. Now you need to continue to ride your defense and hope that you can make this 4th quarter lead stand up.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Looking to throw. Prescott flush to his right. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Preston Smith in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 8. He's back to throw. And an alley to run. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Dancing to his left and avoids the contact by sliding. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Well, we were prepping for overtime up here in the booth, partner. Thought for sure we were destined for OT. And then the chip shot field goal, no good. A tough loss.
Oh, without question, because when you're saying prepping, I was locked in. I think you were too. We're going to overtime. I was already gathering my thoughts about, okay, how do we start? What happens with the coin toss? Who's going to play defense first? And I have to admit, I'm in a little bit of shock that he missed that field goal.
I'm absolutely still in shock. Just a tough way to end it. So for Washington, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long from FedEx Field.